Oh, hi, Garnett.
Hey, Hernan, how are you doing?
Good. Hi, Donna.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Hey.
Mm.
So let's let's give it a couple minutes. There's still a little time. Good morning, Yoka. Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, Hernan.
Good morning. All right, all right. Robin said, why do you drink when you're on your Zooms? I said, because I love my coffee.
Well, sure. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't mean to be rude. I just like having it. It makes me feel at home. Oh, there you go.
Hernan, Hernan, I've
Okay.
got mine too because it's early here and it's a must.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
it
for your
looks
support.
cozy.
Oh, okay. Look at what Mark's got. What is that, Mark? What do you got on there?
Unmute myself here. It says Canada on it, just my water glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got water here too, just in case. So,
Grand Rising Kappas.
yes, I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Yes, absolutely. And and so does Ray. Ray loves that too. Yeah. I got I always bounce things off Ray because he is so smart, you know. And so I had a question this morning about what I wanted to cover on the training, and he was right in line with what I was thinking, so that's a good thing. Whatever it is that I share with you guys, it needs to be something that you feel is real, something that's that you can get your arms around, something you can grasp, you know. If I if I share something with you that's too far out of sight or you don't see yourself being able to do it, too difficult, it's not you, it's not who you are, you wouldn't be able to do it, you know, period. I don't want to present stuff like that. No sales pitchy baloney. I've been in sales my whole life. This is not sales. This is totally different. Somebody has to buy in 100%. And it's not just a one-time quick thing. It's a commitment of time, effort, and energy, and it's a commitment over a long period of time, not just a short period of time. So it really has to be the other person's idea, not your idea. Like I could sell this all day long. Bam. I could sign up 100 people today. So could Donna. Donna knows what I'm talking about. But are they going to buy the product and are they going to go to work? You know? So you don't want to do that. You want to present this in a way that it's going to benefit them. It's not about you, it's about them. So,
Hernan, are you recording this part or is this before your meeting starts? Because,
oh.
man, that would be the most perfect way to start this training call.
Oh.
Just exactly what you just said.
I was
It's
thinking the
rec
same thing. Yeah.
it's recording. It's recording. Because think about it,
Mhm.
guys. Think about
I'm
it.
just gonna add on to that sentence because
Yeah.
you started out perfectly. There's a radio station that we all dial into here in this profession, and this is a profession, it's a people profession, people helping people, and it's WIIFM. What's in it for me? So when we speak, it has to be speaking in the benefits and the highlights and the reasons why we believe is in it for them. Because if we just talk about ourselves and why we're here and what's happening for me and how much, I want to retire, no, it's WIIFM. What's in it for me is in them. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Don, for chiming in. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like when I was thinking about this today and last night, um, I was thinking I really want to have the Kappas be a big part of this training. Um, because they actually did the work that needs to get done, you know? I mean, think about it. So maybe not on this one, but I think probably what I'll do is I'll get all the Kappas together on a Zoom and we'll just chat because I want to know how you did it. I want to know, did you do three ways? Did you just send information? What did you say? Because whatever it is that you did needs to be shared with the rest of the people out there that want to go Kappa. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the information needs to come um, from a wide variety of people, not just from one person, not from one leader. Um, and I think that because you'll get little pieces that fit for you in the puzzle, your own little puzzle of how to get this done. You know what I mean? So believe me, Robin and I have been to so many trainings, we've read so many books, and I'll give you an idea. So Joe was showing his Think and Grow Rich book to us the other day on the Zoom. I think a lot of you were on there. Yeah, see, there you go. Look at As a Man Thinketh. I love that. As a Man Thinketh. I need to find mine. So Robin and I were looking for my book, Think and Grow Rich. And I couldn't find it right away. I have a new bookshelf coming. That's what that dead spot is for in the back and behind me is for my new bookshelf, but we decided to wait until after Christmas to get it. So all my books are stacked everywhere. I don't have them on a bookshelf, but uh, I went and I showed my book, one of my books, you know, and it's the binder couldn't hold it together because I've read it so many times. So this is not Think and Grow Rich, though. And that's the part I didn't have a chance to tell Joe because I didn't want to. Oh, there you go. As a Man Thinketh, right there, Rosie. Rosie, you're the bomb. So this is the book that that I've read. I mean, I've read a lot of books, but this really brought in how the universe works for me, big time. And answered all my questions, why some people are successful and why some are not. So, and a lot, it's all the same stuff you guys have always heard, you know. We're not going to get into any of that. That's your own personal decision, what you study, what you read. I can make suggestions, you know, but this is not what we're going to go over today. What we're going to go over today is real ideas, real tips, real things that will enable you, that give you the power, enable you to get the job done. Okay. And so I'm glad Fifi was able to make it on now. Fifi, don't worry about the noise in the background. If you feel uh uh you know the urge to share a tip or two, we would really appreciate it. Um okay. So the other thing that I want to talk about today too is I want to offer some tips. And um I want to offer tips and I want to offer some tools to you guys that you guys can use. Some of the tools that I'm using. I'll save that until the end because some of you aren't going to be interested. You can just drop off. But and So, yeah, there's still people popping in. That's good. That's great. So let me get rid of this. This is really bugging me. And then I'll come back to it later. All right. So one of the things I want to talk about is I'm getting this a lot. People are calling me and telling me their friend's not interested in olive oil. It's not olive oil, guys. It's 4 capsules in a sachet. It's not just olive oil. It's the most powerful polyphenols of the olive tree in a 4 capsule pack. It's a little sachet. And so it's not just don't pitch olive oil. I know on a lot of my videos, I'm saying that you rub the olive oil into your skin because I'm trying not to be technical. They're going to go to their kitchen cabinet, they're going to crack open their olive oil and they're going to rub it on their skin and nothing's going to happen. So they're going to call me and say, "Hey, what olive oil are you using?" That's my whole idea why I'm doing that. Everything I do is to get people to respond, get people to reach out to me. So uh, let's talk about that for a second because that's come up too. A lot of the testimonials that I have in that Word document, they're not complete because that's the transcript from the short little video clips that I grab from our long videos. And so they're choppy. And which I love because what happens is, I post on social media, I post incredible scientific studies, proof of this or that, and nobody reaches out to me, nobody comments, nothing. It's great information. They just pass by it. But I post these stupid AI videos, and wouldn't you know it, they're commenting, they're sharing, they call me, they're like, "What in the hell are you doing now?" You know? They would never do that if I posted anything else. It's so strange. And Gary Vee calls it uh, attention. It's not attraction, it's attention. And I think that resonates with more people, the word attention. I've always used attraction, but really it's attention. And so you want to get people's attention. So how are you going to do that? Post something stupid. That's how you do that. But I just wanted to share with you, this is in the back office of the website under resources, and it is the power of Prema's 4 capsule system. You all need to get this and read this. And it wouldn't hurt if you're going to send somebody information, which I don't think you should do, by the way. I think you should all be doing 3 ways, period. We're going to get into that. Um, I would be willing to wrestle you down to the ground in order to get you to see the power in the 3 way. But I can't do that through Zoom. But I would twist your arm to get you to do Zooms. That's how powerful they are. If you are somebody who's just not going to or do 3 ways, if you're somebody who's just not gonna do a 3 way, then I need to know who you are. You need to tell me who you are because I want to find ways to make you feel comfortable with the idea, one, and two, I want you uh, to see the power of them without actually doing them. And there's a way for that I can do that to actually show you, hey, look, this is what happens when you do this. And then you'll see it, you'll feel it, and you'll say, wow, holy cow, I have to learn how to do this. So those of you that are really uncomfortable doing 3 ways or don't want to do 3 ways, reach out to me if you really want to do this and win. If you want to move through the ranks, if you want to help a lot of people or make a lot of money, reach out to me and let's work together on that. I've got simple little solutions that'll really help you to see and feel the power of that 3 way. But if in the meantime, if you're going to send anybody anything, especially if you've told them it's olive oil, you better send them this because this will explain it's not just olive oil. It's in the back office. You can copy and paste it into an email or a text, or you can send it as a PDF. Just download it from the back office. You can send it as a PDF in a text or a message or an email. But yeah, so I really wanted to go over that.
Brendan, can I just piggyback
Yeah,
on there? Because
I
you
want you
shared
to.
some
Yes, yes, please, please.
everything you're saying is exactly what I am working through with a lot of my team. Donna, I can't get anybody to be interested in this olive oil. Donna, people are saying, olive oil. And then I'm trying, what are you doing? I'm selling olive oil. And I said, okay, we're taking olive oil out of our vocabulary completely. We're featuring something that's never been brought to the Western world from the Mediterranean secret and the lifestyle, like a blue zone where people have longevity and great health. Why? Because there's compounds there we can't source here. Prima featuring, and I just started this yesterday, so this is brand new training. Prima featuring olivectin. And
Oh
they're going to
yeah,
go, what's olivectin?
there you go.
Olivectin
Perfect.
is, so I don't say Prima anymore. Prima is our flagship product with compounds and medicinals and healing, ingredients that we can't source here, featuring olivectin. And then I paused and I said, olivectin is our personal, never been done before trademark ability to stabilize the life force of the leaf extract and the fruit extract. And then I'll say, seriously, Sally, when I took a look and did my research on what's in here, I've never seen anything so powerful and potent in my supplement in my supplement intake. So now it's Prima featuring olivectin. So that's the whole sentence there. Then when you're talking this, I don't ever say extra virgin or olive oil. I'm saying Evo because they're going to go, what's Evo? Or it's HP Evo. So when I put the HP Evo with the pericarp oil, the squalane, also that olivectin I just described from our flagship product, it's in there too. And we all know the power of frankincense with a little hint of peppermint goes on beautifully. So, it's not going to stain your clothes. So it's HP Evo, and olivectin. So those are the new words. And then when I talk about our oil for the kitchen, I said, then we do have a culinary Evo. It's a finishing oil, and I romance the finishing. It's the final touch on your cuisine. It's that little drizzle to pop the flavor. And we ingest it from the spoonful morning and night. Imagine this little tin 30 times the size, because that's probably what you're going to have to ingest from your Costco brand or your store brand to get the benefits and the polyphenols that are packed into this little beautiful tin that sits on your kitchen counter. It's liquid gold. So when you learn to romance what we have in a category of raising the bar, as Joe says, get these words that everyone's just going to roll their eyes at and say words they've never heard before, there's your attention.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Donna, so much. Yeah. I reached out to a few leaders beforehand because, a lot of them are in church right now. It's kind of an odd time, but I think on Sunday, whether you have it in the morning or you have it later in the day, people are going to be at church. It's just unfortunate. I mean, it's just what are you going to do? Yesterday was a family day, so I couldn't have done it yesterday, but maybe we'll try to do some of these on Saturdays. Um, I have a granddaughter that's playing travel volleyball, and we are driving 3 and 4 hours for the games. So and they're going to be on Saturdays. So I think for a little while they'll be on Sundays, the trainings. So
Ernan, Ernan,
yeah, yeah.
my granddaughter is playing volleyball as we speak. We have it on the other TV.
Oh, that's
She's
interesting.
actually she's in Fort St. John doing volleyball today.
But she's
Yeah.
a traveler.
Oh,
And
that's amazing.
she's a travel volleyball player.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it. Um, Yeah. This little gal, she's 12 years old and she's taller than I am. She's like uh five, almost 6 feet at 12 years old. Crazy. Anyways, um, so very important. It's not olive oil. Don't say that. Because then they just think, oh, why do I have to mess with this? I just go to the store and get me some and I'll start drinking it. Or I'll start rubbing it in. I don't need your olive oil. Don't do that. It's not olive oil. And the other thing too is uh it's the combination of ingredients in the flax that make it work. It's not just the olive oil, okay? There's a lot of really powerful stuff in there. Don't, don't, don't. I mean, think. Don't minimize what you've got your hands on. This is crazy good stuff. Oh, since we're on the product, I think I shared this with somebody last night on the phone. It was choline. So, we're at the volleyball game. We're waiting for the next game. There's an hour in between the games, and so I looked over and I noticed this lady. She was sitting in the bleachers and she was doing this. She had her head down and she was rubbing her neck and she was making all kinds of faces and moving her head around. So I got out my flex and I walked up and I said, "Hold out your hand." She held out her hand and I said, "This is just um, olive oil and some other things." I said, so I put I was going to give her a squirt in her hand and I pressed it and it went, psh. It was aimed at me and it went, psh. I had a brand new coat on and it just messed up my coat. Oh, so then I said, don't worry about that. I said, uh, and I gave her, I turned the nozzle to the right direction and I gave her a little squirt. And I said, now rub that in on your neck where you're feeling the discomfort. Rub it in real good and put it all on there. Yes, Kevin, exactly. Yes, Kevin, exactly. So she did. And then I ignored her. I walked off and ignored her. And a little while later, she came and got me. And she said, I don't know what that stuff is. She said, but look at my neck. She said, it's not bothering me anymore. So she said, I want to order some. How do I get some? And I said, you just go to my site and get a subscription for it. So she did. She came back like a half an hour later. She said, oh, by the way, I just want to let you know I ordered the product. So I think part of this is being courageous, not caring what other people think. That's one thing I'm really good at. I don't care what other people think. I know what I've got, and I know the benefit that it's going to provide to them, and that outweighs anything that they think. You know, I think the person that really helped drive that home for me, well, it's a combination of all of the gurus that I've listened to and read from, but um, I can't remember who it was, if it was Proctor or who, but he said just visualize. All these people only know what they know because that's what they've been told, or that's who they hang out with. That's the level in which they think. So they don't know any better. Just like doctors, sometimes you think, man, what's going on with my doctor? How come my doctor didn't know this or didn't know that? Well, hell, he only knows what he's been told, what he's been taught. He doesn't know anything different than that. So give people some grace. But at the same time, don't worry about what they think. Um, it drives my wife crazy because everybody's my friend. And I've told you guys that before, but everybody is your friend. You have to, then if you just think that way, it makes things a lot simpler. So that flex, let me tell you, that flex alone, you could build an empire with just the flex alone. And uh, that um, that flex is actually an incredible introduction to the Prima because once they get relief, you can share with them that, hey, we have an internal formula too. Can you imagine that working on the inside? So, okay, so enough on that. Now, uh, one of the really, really super important things for you guys is that you get your three. That's like the main goal is getting your three. Oh, if you can't find the PDF in the back office, I noticed they've been messing with the links back there. You can go into the Facebook group, go to the files section underneath the banner at the top. If you go down a little bit, there's like different, there's a menu, and in there, there's files. Just click files, and you can download it directly from our Facebook. And if it's not, let me know um, if it's not in the Telegram chat for the, I think it would be under, it should be under product. I think that's where I put it. If it's not there, if somebody has it, you can post it in there or I'll post it in there so you guys can go into Telegram and grab it. Um, Let me make a note real quick so I don't forget. Okay. Um, so this whole thing of, getting your three. So, oh, okay, Garnett. I think Garnett just might have posted it in the chat. Thank you, Garnett. So, this whole thing of you getting your three, like this is the most important thing, really. I think that, we could talk training, we could give all kinds of, we could build a PowerPoint and, go through all this nonsense and give you sales tips and all that baloney. But really, it's not really needed here. This is simple. This is simple. This is fun. Um, you just need three who will get three. So here's the thing. You might have to enroll five to have three that get three. You might have to enroll 10 to get three who get three. Now, in my last company, one of the leaders, he would train and he would say, you get 10, they get 10, they get 10, they get 10. And people would just shut down. They wouldn't even try. Well, how in the world am I going to get 10? But the reason why he was saying that is because he knew they would end up with the three they needed if they went after 10. So, but think about, and you might, when you have a conversation with somebody, if you're not going to three-way them to your upline and you're having a conversation with them, find out what they need or want. And if you feel that this is somebody who's going to want to go get their three, who will get three so that they can acquire what it is they need or want, then that's the person you want. That's the person you want in your team. Of course, you want to share the product, so you want your customers too. And that's another thing too. When you enroll people to get, as you're getting your three, you might just enroll everybody as a customer. I'm just telling you that's what I do. Now, Donna probably doesn't do that. Donna might enroll everybody as a brand rep. I don't do that because what happens is you enroll people, you might enroll 10 people and none of them do anything. And so they're just ordering product. They're not recruiting. So you're leaving money on the table. If they're a rep, you're earning 5%, but if they're a customer, you're earning 25%. So I think there's a little button, maybe some of you have seen it in the back office where you can become a brand rep just by clicking the button. Um, And then
And
you,
there's
and
kind of there's kind of two ways. Like I really listened to your philosophy, and I went, because at the beginning, when in pre-launch, we just had one link, right? We were just link, and then that's true. Some people are better to be just the customer. They don't want all this other information. It's going to turn them off. It's too early.
yeah,
But what I found for some that now I may have put them in as customer, but because when they log in to order, they see right at the top of the screen, oh, customer link and brand rep link.
mm,
And I said, oh, well, that's if, we call it the friends and family referral program. I take all the big business words out. We have a friends and family referral program. So, Sally, I'm sure you're thinking of a few of your friends and family right now that could benefit from these products. And if you would like to share with them, I can show you how you can just click on those and pass it over. And OLIABO will send you some very, very nice thank you checks. Thank you checks.
yeah, that's cool.
And then
Thank you,
they do.
Don.
They end up, oh, I sent it to my mother and I sent it to my son-in-law. And so because it's right there when they log in, they're going, well, what is this? Right.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then I guide them to take an action with the people they care about. And it's so there's two ways to go with that customer, and then have them toggle later. That's great. But then if they see a little bit more, they might actually be inclined to pay it forward.
yeah, right. I love that. Thank you, Donna, for sharing. That's good. That's good. So remember when we first started out, I was talking about little bites, big bites, Do I do I just cram a bunch of stuff down your throat, or do I give you little bites that you can easily consume? And so the same thing with when you're bringing people on board. That's just my own feeling. You may feel differently, and other leaders may feel differently. But it's too easy. So if they become a customer and they're enjoying the product and they want to share it with people, it'll be a natural step to upgrade. And so you're just going little bites. Um, so um, how to initiate the three-way? How to initiate the three-way? This is important. Of all the things you could do to get your three, of all the things available to you, the number one most powerful thing you could do is introduce them to your upline. Introduce them to your upline. I say upline because maybe your sponsor isn't isn't ready to do three ways, you know. Um, Maybe that's not a good fit for this person. That's the other thing too. Sometimes somebody in your downline is a better fit than your upline, you know. Maybe they play tennis and you have somebody in your downline that plays tennis and they had an incredible experience with the product. That's your three-way right there. Introduce them to one another because the three-way is to build a friendship. That's all it is. It's not to pitch or sell. If you pitch or sell in a three-way, it won't work. It won't work. The three-way is only to make a friend. Now, it's been difficult for me to learn that. It's taken a lot of time to learn that all you're really doing is trying to make a connection, trying to make a new friend. What do you have in common with that person? Like Mark and I. Mark and I, we spent a lot of our life around race cars, you know? And so we kind of hit it off, didn't we, Mark?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. And that's all just build the relationship, right?
Yep.
Not really not get too pitchy. I think I got a little pitchy with you guys, but but sometimes if I do that, then I say to myself, dang, why did I do that? Just make a friend. Just make a friend. And that's the one thing I love about Ray. Ray's that way, you know. People just melt when Ray gets on the phone with them. So if you have a really big tree that you want to chop down, um, introduce them to Ray. Ray will crush them with kindness. He'll give them all the loving they need to soften up a little bit. If you have somebody that's really hard-headed or difficult or unresponsive, somebody who has a lot of influence and credibility, um, absolutely. And you can reach out to me and then we can grab a hold of Ray, or if you have Ray's contact information, you go to him directly. But yeah, just it Fifi's somebody who uh would be like Ray, you know. You introduce somebody to Fifi, it's a done deal. That's just who Fifi is. She's just really good with people, you know. And Donna's incredible. And Donna, you're on the phone all the time doing three ways, and you do a call every morning with your team, and you're doing Zooms, and you're amazing. And both of you guys are now at Venti, which for the first 30 days is freaking incredible, you know? And it's because of that. It's because your people are using you for three ways. I know that. Because a lot of times I'll call, I can't get through, so I know you're on the phone. So, the introduction. So here's how it goes. So I'm on the phone. Say I'm on the phone with Rosie, and we're chit-chatting about this or that. And with Rosie, the conversation would be about juicing. I don't know if you saw my wheatgrass on Facebook, Rosie, but I posted my one of my flats of wheatgrass. Um, so Rosie and I would be talking about nutrition, we'd be talking about juicing, and I might ask Rosie for a few tips because I do beet, carrot, apple, and I do like parsley and uh, you know cucumber, and you know I throw ginger in there on my greens, on my green juice and that kind of thing. So I might ask Rosie for help with that, or I might talk to her about maybe something new that I could take, something new that I could juice. And so uh, what then after having a conversation like this, I might say, hang on a second. And then I just dial into whoever, dial into Donna or whoever. Donna is Rosie's sponsor. So, you know, I would dial in and I would say, Rosie, I brought so and so on the call. I want you to meet this really good friend of mine. This or that. I would tell him a little bit about them, maybe. And then I would tell my friend to say hi to Rosie. And and then that would start the conversation. Now what I do is I zip it. I do not say another flippin' thing. I am quiet because the two of them now are going to build a friendship. Okay? I'm out of it now. Unless I'm spoken to, unless I'm asked to chime in, I do not say a thing. So this is what the mechanics of the three-way. And this is what gives what happens is that I could give examples, um, but you could ask, or you could go in a direction and somebody might um, not be open to what you're saying. They might not be open to the direction you're taking them. And then you get somebody on with them that they don't even know, and they say the same thing and they just fold. They like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I can do that. And you're like, what am I, chopped liver? You know? But it's just the way it is. And I learned that from being a salesman. I learned that from being a salesman that you always want to have a third person, introduce a third person to the person that you're talking to because they have infinite credibility with them. You do not. I don't care who you are. You could have three PhDs and your friends, you could pitch something to your friends and your friends will go, no. But then you introduce that person to an auto mechanic, uh, you know, and then he says something and they go, yeah, I get your point. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I like that. I think I'm going to do that. What? What happened? You know?
Hernan, do you
So,
remember in the old days when we just did like meetings because we didn't have all these beautiful Zooms and ability to three-way call? It was a landline, a fax machine. And our definition of an expert was someone from out of town with a briefcase.
yeah,
No credit. They walked in, they were from out of town, and they're going to tell you about what I've been trying to tell you, friends, that you're rolling your eyes, but he's got a briefcase, little sexist, it could be a female too, but was whoever was the third party that they didn't know had the briefcase, they would just eat up every word, even though it's what you've always been saying. But it's right, the third party is so powerful. And now we can
yeah,
do that without the briefcase or going in the hotel room.
yeah, yeah. And uh, you know, I would do like back in the day before the computers and all that. I would do like 3 or 4 appointments a day, and I would do I would tell the story, product story in somebody's living room every night of the week if I could. Sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a week. It would depend. But we were busy. And then every Friday or Thursday or Tuesday, we'd have a hotel meeting. We'd just kind of switch it up a little bit every once in a while. And then every month, I would have a guest speaker come in. Like Sherman would come to town, or Bob would come to town, or Mark J would come to town, or, somebody from the company would come to town. And they would, we'd fill the hotel room. We would get 80 to 100 people in our weekly meetings. And then when we had a guest speaker come in, we get 200 or 300 people in the hotel room. And it really helped everybody to succeed, having that support like that. It really did. And we have that support here. Look at Joe comes on the call, right? And I want to get Gordon on a call with you guys. I want to get Curtis on a call. I want to uh, you know, get all these guys on the call. I want you all to get to know these guys. They're incredible support. They're going to really be able to work with us and help us build our teams. But um, so um, the introduction, I think, um, I think that someone that teaches you the three-way system can really make it complicated. I think that they could lay out a game plan, this or that, and do this and do that, and don't do this and don't do that, and blah, blah, blah. I would just want to keep it simple for you guys. Everything I do, I'm thinking about you. Like, what can you absorb? Like, what's going to resonate with you? What's going to move you into action? It has to be something that you feel really confident about, something you feel really good about. So, what is it I can share that would allow that to happen? So, um, that's why I think really, if you just have a conversation with your friend on the phone about family and what's going on in their life and that kind of thing, and find out what sports the kids are playing, and just have a conversation about something you have in common with that person. And then just tell them, hang on a second, and three-way somebody in. And you don't want to blindside people though, okay? You don't want to blindside people. And you don't want to do that for your friend who's coming on to help you, to support you, because that's not cool. So you want to open it up a little bit. Like you might say, um, you might have already have shared something with them, or you might have already had a little conversation, or they might know who you are. Like they might know you're a networker, while you're having the conversation. But you could get into it a little bit, and but don't say too much. You just you know uh like you might tell a story or a couple stories, like, my mother-in-law, she's got scoliosis, she's in terrible pain, and she's been like really mean lately because she just doesn't feel good. And I've been trying to find something that would help her. And so she would be nice again. And I found this. This is a crazy product, and she's been taking it internally, and she's not mean anymore, and she's feeling a lot better. And then I got a topical solution made of the same ingredients, and now she puts it on topically, and she's pretty much out of pain. It's crazy. And we've been having a lot of fun with it. We've been helping a lot of people. Hang on one second. Then you three-way your friend, whoever it is, whoever you feel is going to, uh, be able to make a friend with your friend, and bring them on and say, you know what, we're in luck. I got a hold of my friend. We're working on this project together. So and so, say hi to so and so. Boom, done. That's it. And if any of you want to practice this, you can practice this with Donna, or if you're in Donna's organization, practice it with Donna. You can practice it with me. We can practice together. We can, if you have another friend, we could practice. A threesome would be even better. All three of us practicing together. We can put each other on the line and go around like this and practice. Okay?
Role playing is so fun, and it's kind of like, I was a ballet dancer, and we would learn the choreography and see it on the piece of paper. But till you got out there and actually started doing the dance and performing it,
Yeah.
we weren't perfect for a lot. How many practices till, and then there's dress rehearsals, and then there's another dress rehearsal, and then finally there's the performance. But the good thing here is we get to earn while we're learning, because you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So we always got to like lighten up on ourselves, because we're always going to be going, oh, I didn't do it right. I should have done a three-way call. I enrolled them without a three-way call. We're not doing it right or wrong. We're just striving to be the best friend maker, like you said, build relationships. We're in the people business, have some fun. If you're not having fun, we're not doing it right, because we can get so dang hard on ourselves. And I'm speaking from experience. But I just want to chime in, because I love everything you're sharing. My
Yeah.
creativity is going. I wrote a little script right as we were talking, and I'm just going to read it out.
Yeah.
I'm talking to or I'm on texting. So I use audio a lot for the first connection, because it's their voice. They know your voice. If it's your warm market, they haven't. How many times you pick up the phone and go, oh, there's a voice I haven't heard in a long time. I think that was the first thing I said to you, Hernan. And
Mhm.
so I like to do audio in the initial engage, like to connect. So I might pick up my Facebook message or whatever, and I'm going to go, hey, Sally, just checking in with you. I need to give you a quick call because I have a friend I want to introduce you to. He just shared some super powerful information with me just now, and I thought of you immediately because your background in health and wellness is expansive, and I really think you're going to want to hear this information. Hernan is such a great guy. I know you're going to really enjoy meeting him. When can we talk?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Like there's no,
See how
I don't
strong
use
Donna is?
I don't use
That's
three-way.
good.
When can I introduce you to my friend?
Yeah.
He just shared some powerful information with me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I got to tell Sally about this. When can you meet my new friend here, or my friend Hernan, so you can hear what I just heard?
Yeah.
And then I stop. And if she says, well, I'm not recruitable, I'm like, I'm not asking to recruit you. I just want to share some information. We can decide later if you find value. This is not about, I'm not selling you anything. I just want to share some super new information it's just it's crazy how, like, this is wild. You got to know about this.
So
Keep it
Donna,
light.
sorry, Donna. So
That's okay.
Donna, three ways her team to me. You know, Donna's three-wing people to me, right? And listen to Donna. She doesn't need to do that. She's strong. She's really good. She knows what she's doing, but she still three ways people into me.
Add that on, because we've offered the ability to meet the friend, my Sally might hold me in enough high regard that she's going to say, listen, I'm really busy. Yeah, I can meet this friend later. Just tell me now, because people are in an instant world. And if I can hold my own, and many of us can, then you can say, okay, so we do have three products. I do want to, I want to get the information to you. But because I put the three-way out first, you can still default to try and hold your own. And if they're super busy, you can still default to sending the document. And by the way, our memberships are free to join if
Yeah.
you want to look around. I default, and most of my people have not done three ways, but they knew that that's how we do so they knew they had access to support, even though they didn't bite on it. I'm
Yeah.
still going to continue on the best I can.
That's a really good point, Donna.
Yeah,
You
because I'm
guys
not going to go,
that
well, if you're not going to do a three-way, then go
then you
away. I'm
don't
never
do
talking to you
anything.
again.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
No.
that. Do what Donna's saying. Yeah, do what Donna's saying. If there's just no way in the world you're ever going to do a three-way or reach out to me for help on how to do one or any of that, and you're going to continue to do what you're doing outside of that, then do like Donna said. Do something. Now, what we can do is we can share with you ideas on what to do other than that. But it's best if we do a case by case basis. In other words, if you were to call your upline and say, this is what I got, this is where I'm at, what do you suggest? What should I send them? You know, like this happened the other day. They don't want nothing to do with olive oil. Oh, okay. Well, send them this, right? Send them this. Well, I don't know how to attach the document. Okay, so then what I do is I send the text. Then I teach them how to copy it and paste it. So whatever it is you need, your upline can support you, regardless of whether it's a three-way or not. I think, Donna, I'm glad that you brought that up. Yeah, I'm glad.
I like multiple choice, so the people feel that they are in control.
Yeah,
I might be talking to Hernan and he's going to go, well, just send, I'm really busy right now. Work's overloaded. Just send me some information. So then we go, okay. But then I'm going to go, yeah, I can send you lots of information, Hernan. We've got so much. So I'm already in my discussion. He's learning more about OLIABO because I'm saying we have access to a support team that is professional and powerful and successful and locked in, even though he doesn't bite on the three-way call. Now he's going to ask for information, Hernan, and then you always acknowledge what they're asking for. Hernan, yes, I would love to send you some information. I've got tons of it. How do you like to learn? Do you like to watch? Do you like to listen, or do you like to read? Well,
yeah,
I like to listen because I'm in the car a lot. Okay, great. Do you want me to emphasize the health benefits of the products, or would you like to know about the unlimited financial freedom, or both? So
right.
I'm in there. I'm actually giving him a presentation of what's available with OLIABO if you were to join. Instead of saying, yeah, I'll just send you information, and then we willy-nilly start sending information, I'll dig deeper, and you're going to tell me what you want me to send you, and you're also subconsciously learning that there's a financial side, there's we've got science. Do you want more science? Do you want to read? Do you want to watch? Oh my gosh, they've got all kinds of tools. So this whole process, and always dig deeper. Yeah. Let's talk about this. Well, do you want to go on Zoom? Do you want to meet for coffee if they're close by? Or do we
Yeah,
want to just jump on the phone? Oh,
yeah,
I'd rather meet you for coffee, Donna, because I'm a belly to belly person. Great. I will take the time and let's go have coffee. No, let's just jump on your Zoom. Then I can still see you. No, let's just jump on the phone. And if the prospect is always telling you how they best want to know more, they
yeah,
also are realizing you're listening, you care about them, and you're inviting them to learn the way they want to learn. And it starts really building that solid relationship before they even realize it. And they're
yeah,
learning all about Oliabo. So I would just say, if in doubt, ask another question.
yeah.
And
That's
when we
good.
get into overcoming objections on a different training, not that I'm a master at it, but I've been teaching it for like 15 years, the art of the objection and how to turn the objection, which is actually a positive, into a even bigger positive.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And see, here's the thing. This is why I asked the other leaders if they were available, because it, you're not all gonna, what I'm saying isn't gonna resonate with all of you. Okay. It may with a few of you. What Donna says will resonate with some of you. What Fifi says will resonate with some of you. So what I want to do is give you a smorgasbord of ideas that will allow you to pass through whatever barriers you have to get your three. Because whatever that is, we need to get past that. That's what we're here for. That's why you're not in this alone. We're in this together. You lean on us. We're the ones that got you into this darn thing. So you might as well put us to work. Okay? Let us help you. If it's ideas, if it's talking with people, uh, if whatever it is, let your upline help. Um, so here's another key thing, really important, really powerful too. Let's say you've shared information with people, and let's say you're not somebody who's going to do the three-way, okay? And you're sharing information with people, and they're not looking at it. They just blow it off, you know? You follow up with them, oh, yeah, I haven't had time. Hang on a second. I know it's hard. Or you could say, then you could call me and you could tell me what's going on. They haven't listened to anything. And what did you send them? I sent them this, I sent them that. Okay, put me on the phone with them. So then so then I might, they might introduce me, and then I would say, yeah, I know that so and so has shared this with you, and if you were to look at any one thing, let me just suggest that you look at that. Watch that 20-minute video or 1 hour video or whatever it is that was sent. And then I'm like, it was a pleasure meeting you. Talk to you guys later. Boom, I'm off the line. Now, because I asked them to listen to it or watch it, they're going to do it. So if you're in a position like that where, and don't ask me why, it's just, there's just something about a third person. A third person has tons of credibility. So if somebody else asks them to watch it, they're going to watch it. If you ask them to watch it, they're not going to watch it. Unless you do have a lot of credibility and influence with those people that you're trying to introduce this to. And you ask them to watch it, they're going to watch it, you know? So,
Turn
um,
in with credibility with higher up, like people that have hold more information, credibility, they've made more money, they have more experience, they're older, everything. And we come along, I often will say, like, say, Hernan, say I hold you in super high regard. I'm new to network marketing. You've got 40 years and you're on my prospect list because you're my neighbor and I've known this. Hernan, how are you? How's your 2026 starting out? Listen, I hold you in super high regard in the entrepreneur world. You're just amazing what you and Robin have accomplished over the years. I'm new here. Could I ask a favor of you? There's a
yes.
new company. They say that it's raising the bar in all areas of company product, compensation, timing, culture, branding. And I'm looking, and from my limited knowledge and experience, it looks really good to me, and I think, and I'm wanting to take part. But you're the expert. Would you take a look at this and see if you can find a hole in the boat? Like, can you just be my advisor here? And if I were just to show you what's happening, I would love your opinion on it because you're an expert here. Well, you're going to look at it and go, holy moly, I'm in. So I'm going to use it more like, can I ask your advice? Could you look at this for me? It's like if I was buying a stock or something. Hey, you're the expert. Would you take a look at this investment opportunity
Hmm.
to see if
Yeah.
it's something I should do? Well, the expert is going to go, absolutely, I'll take a look at it for you because it's not about them yet. He's going to help me, but he's going to
Yeah.
see it and he's going to go, are you kidding me? So I always do that when I'm working up with people that I hold in high regard is I
Yeah.
ask if they do me a favor and
Yeah.
see if they can find where this isn't going to work.
Right. We have iPhone in the group here. iPhone says that's an indirect approach. Well, indirect approach works. That's exactly what that is. Good. That's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. It's indirect. You're not asking anything of them. you
Other
know,
than their
and
opinion or their expertise,
here's
advice on, yeah, yeah.
yeah, here's another indirect approach. Call your friend and say, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what I found. Do you know anyone that's in pain? If you know anyone that's in pain, man, I I need to you need to introduce me to them." And they'll be like, in pain. No, what about me? They're going to be like, what about me? I'm in pain. So so that's indirect approach. And so call somebody, you could call somebody and say, "Hey, who do you know that needs to make an extra 1,000 a month?" Or who do you know that's in pain? Or who do you know that's not feeling well? And what is it that's bothering them? Have them go, give them olecanthal or something. Give them olecanthal or one of the polyphenols and have them go Google it, with their issue, whatever their issue is. And then give them my number or whatever. Or if it's okay with them, I'll call them, get their number, and I'll call them. But there's so
Flip
many
that over.
things.
I was gonna say, flip it over to the business side. There you are. Who do you know in pain? Who do you know? Work through people. Do the same with the business. My chiropractor had made a comment that he was in Monavi at one point. And he goes, "Oh, my buddy was really big in it." So I just as you're talking, and I was telling him, this is early pre-launch, right? But I'm registering. Okay, he knows some people in network marketing. He's been in Monavi. His friend was quite successful. So basically, you go in now and you say, "Hey, would you do me a favor? Do you know anyone?" And I just wrote these out, bullet points. That's super influential, self-driven, big visionary like type entrepreneurs with exceptional, outstanding leadership skills.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah,
Because we are launching something global, and right now we are searching for people with these attributes and skills. Well, they're going to go, "Well, I'm super influential, I'm a self-starter, I'm self-driven." So you're actually describing to everybody what we're looking for, raising the bar. And even though that person may just be a customer, they know that we are attracting high influential, self-driven, visionary entrepreneurs that can, with exceptional leadership skills. And so
yeah.
now when you have a conversation with them, it's going to be even more professional than, "Oh yeah, we got this olive oil that we're selling," and it's an MLM, but it's a good one. It's an MLM, but it's a good one. No, no, no MLM. That's another word we don't say anymore. No, no, no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Consumer direct. That's consumer direct. People shop at Amazon. Consumer direct. I get it at the same price, Hernan, as you will buy it for. Oh,
yeah,
I get a deal too. Like all these little subliminal verbal word changes will change the ability to keep people in curiosity mode.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to this, Donna, like giving people ideas on what to say it, how to do three ways. In other words, helping you guys with all the things that are going to really propel you through the ranks of the compensation plan. If we can help you to get your three, and then we can help your three to get their three, and then we can work with those three and help them get their three. Now everybody's ranking up. Everybody's moving through the compensation plan. So I want to get more of the leaders involved, and I want to get some of the Kappas involved in these training sessions, and so that we can hear everyone's ideas and see how people have done it. Some people they have a different way of doing things, and that might resonate with you. So I want to be able to provide those tools for you guys. So we can't go over everything. We've been on here for an hour. We can't go over everything just in one training. This is going to have to be an ongoing thing. Um, so before I close this out, I want to share something with you guys, and then we'll close it out. And those of you that want to learn what I'm doing, the how to make the videos and how to how to use some of these AI tools to help you build your business, then I will go over that. But first, let's finish up this portion of the training, okay? So Let me share my screen real quick. Let me get out of here. Get out of here. Exit full screen. I'm going to lower this, lower that, and close that. And then I'm going to open this. Then I'm going to bring you guys on so you can see my screen. Hang on a second. There it is. Okay. Now let me bring my, why isn't my Zoom coming up? Let me lower this bad boy. Trying to get my Zoom back up on my screen. Come on. All right, I got you guys back. You guys got lost for a second. Now I got you back. Okay, so let's talk about this. So we teach you get 3, right? Okay. Some people teach get 5. Some people teach get 10. All right. But I want to teach what you can see yourself doing. I don't want to teach something that you can't see yourself doing. And so I want to break it down to the smallest common denominator. I want to reverse engineer the comp plan all the way down to the smallest byte, and then leave it up to you if you want a bigger byte or not. I don't want to try to shove something down that's not going to fit. You guys decide what fits. So I'm talking 3. If you're a bigger thinker, you can talk 5, you can talk 10, you know, but I'm just talking 3. Now, I know most of you have been on. We've talked about Kappa. We are the Kappa Kickstarters. I want this team to be known throughout the company for developing Kappas. We're the #1 Kappa creators in the company, this team. How are we doing that? How are we doing that? We're giving you the tools and the information that allows you to get your 3. And it allows your 3 to get their 3. And everybody's becoming Kappa. So whatever I need to do to get you your 3 and to get you to Kappa, that's what we're going to do. That's how I want to support the team. So I have this idea of focusing on just a small part of the comp plan instead of focusing on the whole comp plan. Just focus on a little bit of the comp plan and give you a vision or give you a way to go, give you a picture that you can consume. Okay, so let me share the screen here real quick. Okay. Close this. Okay, and I'll bring it up. Okay. So, this is a 3x3. 3x3. So it's 3, you get your 3 and you go 3 levels deep of people getting 3. And everybody is on a subscription for a Kappa pack. That's $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month. Who could use an extra $1,000 a month? Can any of you use an extra $1,000 a month?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in. So what does that mean? Does that mean uh, paying off a credit card? Does that mean paying for your gas because you drive 2 hours each way to work every day? Does that mean, it's going to mean something different for everybody? 1,000 a month, you know? That'd be $1,000 in silver a month, an investment. Maybe help make your house payment or minimize your house payment. Make a third of it, half of it, whatever. But three people on a Kappa pack, three people subscription on a Kappa pack. That's a husband and wife. That's what that is. That's a husband and wife. That's a couple. And if it's not a couple, if it's a single person, it's one Prima and one Flex to share. So they're going to consume one and share one. Hello? What can happen there? What can happen? You know, this is a 3 by 3 structure. We're not talking about 8 levels. You Most people can't consume 8 levels. They're like, 8 levels? Are you kidding me? How in the world am I going to make that happen? You got to be, you're out of your mind, you know? Look at 2 levels. 2 levels is a couple $100 a month of three who get three. That's a Kappa right there. Look at that. Three get three is 9. It's 180 on the second level and 45 on the first level. So what is that? That's $225 a month. Well, that pays for your product. You could look at it that way. So you're going to go Kappa and your product will be free. You could say that. It depends on what you feel that person's going to be motivated on. You could ask them what motivates you. But I think that this is something that everyone feel that more people will feel that they could accomplish is this right here. Even the 225 a month extra, even just getting the product paid for, you all know that you can do that. And if you do that, and then we teach your friends to do that, guess what? Now you're running up through the ranks. Now you're at the next rank. And then when their friends come in and they do it, now you're at the next rank. And when their friends come in and do it, now you're at the next rank. It's just like those charts that I'm posting, those Kappa charts I'm posting. That's simple. You get your three, they get their three. That's $225 a month. Everybody's on a Kappa pack. Now you're rocking and rolling. And then they do the same thing, and they do the same thing, and they do the same thing. What if you go one step further and you get your three, they get their three, and then you guys, we all help their friends get their three. Now you're at $1,000 a month. So now it's way more than just getting the product paid for. Now you have extra money for gas, for groceries, for whatever. So I wanted to share this with you guys because what happens is people end up not doing anything because it's too big of a picture. It's too big, they can't consume it. So anyways, that's all I have for today.